From garbage-filled rivers to drainage that is choked by plastic waste, to trash overflowing in the streets, Nairobi, once known as the city in the sun, is still facing a plastic pollution crisis. Despite Kenya showing the way in the fight against plastic pollution by limiting single-use plastics in 2017, the country is still struggling to curb plastic pollution. This is due to poor waste management and rising urban pressure in its capital city, which has a population of 4.4 million people. TakaTaka Solutions seeks to provide an answer to the waste and pollution menace.
TakaTaka Solutions is our waste management and recycling company that deploys a vertical integrated model of collecting, sorting, recycling, and composting. We've been around since 2011, where we started as collecting waste from low-income areas. We noticed a lot of it was organic waste, so we started with composting. But as we continued collecting waste, we noticed that a lot of it was plastic, which was not being recycled in Kenya. So in 2019, we set up the facility here, where we are able to recycle a lot of plastics that were previously not being recycled.
An estimated 2,400 tons of waste are generated in Nairobi per day, of which 20% of it is plastic. Out of this, only about 40% is recycled, with the remainder being landfilled or incinerated, or as is evident, ending up in the environment. What most see as trash, TakaTaka sees as a money-making opportunity.
When we get the waste, it's brought into our facility. The first thing is sorting. We sort into 48 fractions. So that means that we have our ladies at the conveyor, and each of them picks just one waste fraction, which is then got taken to the second step, which is quality control, and sorting is done until we remain with pure waste. So we estimate around 20% of the waste we collect is plastic. We do have what we call buyback centers. Buyback centers are simply centers we've set up next to dump sites, and we have waste pickers bring us plastic. After
the collection and sorting the plastic from the buyback centers, there is yet another sorting process.
So the first thing we do, we have to sort again. So there are 7 common types of plastic. For example, if you look at your plastic containers, there's usually a number below the plastic container that tells you which type of plastic it is. So we sort by type, and then we sort by color. So we have to ensure that colors of the same type of plastic are processed on their own, and only one type of plastic can be processed at a go. Once we've sorted, we have it hot washed, pressure washed, and put in a sink swim container. And then once it's cut down into flakes, and the flakes are now ready to be taken by manufacturers. But there is a purer process where we are able to still melt the flakes and come up with pellets. So the pellets are just small granules, and these are the granules that we sell to manufacturers who create new products from the plastic.
Even with its huge operation, TakaTaka Solutions is only servicing a small fraction of the entire city.
We collect around 90 tons of waste in a day. It sounds big as a start, but Nairobi produces 4,000 tons of waste a day. So you can imagine, as the biggest recycler, there's still a long way to go.
While pollution remains a huge challenge in Kenyan urban centers, Kenya continues to lay policy groundwork to beat pollution and manage plastic waste. Among the measures undertaken is the launch of design guidelines for the recyclability of plastic packaging by Kenya Plastics Pact. These aim to ensure that 100% of plastic packaging is reusable and recyclable in the country by 2030. There is also the Sustainable Waste Management Act, enacted in July 2022.
For us as an organization, our key thing is we are trying to make a social impact and an environmental change. So as it stands now, we have been able to reach over 1,300 waste speakers. That's very big for us and their families. And we've also been able to recycle 95% of the 90 tons we collect a day. So you can see in a year how much greenhouse gases saving we're doing.
As the world marks World Environment Day this week, with the theme being Beat Plastic Pollution, this is a call to action for all citizens to reverse the curve of plastic pollution as they reduce, reuse, and recycle plastic.